I'm going to talk about the two witnesses. A lot of people still don't understand when the two witnesses are coming. It's not time yet for the two witnesses. These prophets and preachers and teachers been saying that it's time for the two witnesses to come. But I know it's not time yet. So in Revelation chapter 11, I'm going to start with verse 7. I done talked about it before, but I'm just bringing it to your attention again. I'm going to just kind of go through some of it. Revelation 11 and 7. And when they shall have finished their testimony, the beast that ascended out of the bottomless pit shall make war against them, and shall overcome them and kill them. See, there's a lot of people don't know when that will happen. But if you read the Bible and understand that, you will know this is when the great tribulation starts, when they kill the two witnesses. See, they're going to kill the two witnesses, and then they're going to set up the abomination that make it desolate. Then Jerusalem will go into captivity. You know, there's a lot of people do not understand that. Because when the two witnesses are here prophesying at Jerusalem, that beast going to be tormented. They won't be able to do the two witnesses nothing. See, after they kill the two witnesses, then the Antichrist will take over the false prophet. See, they're going to be tormented, just like with Moses, with Pharaoh. See, Pharaoh couldn't do Moses nothing because God was with Moses. Same way God going to be with the two witnesses. They won't be able to do the two witnesses nothing. Because any man try to hurt them, fire will proceed out of their mouth. They're going to be destroyed. They're going to be killed. So that beast will kill the two witnesses, then it will take over Jerusalem. Kill the two witnesses, then it will set up the abomination that make it desolate, and Jerusalem will go into captivity. There'll be bloodshed around Jerusalem. And what you read about in when the tribulation starts, you can go to Daniel 7:21 and Daniel chapter 12 and verse 1. See, that's when the great tribulation started. It's in a lot of places. Daniel chapter 7 and verse 21. I beheld the same horn made war with the saints and prevail against them. See, they're going to be the same horn that a false prophet. You're going to make war with the saints. You're going to want everybody to bow down to that image. Whosoever will not bow down to that image is like Nebuchadnezzar did. They can say they should be killed. What you read about in Revelation chapter 13. See, that's when the great tribulation started, when that false prophet come in. From verse 11, like around verse chapter 13, verse 15, where I say, going to set up that image. Whosoever shall not bow down to that image should be killed. That's when that great tribulation started. See. Now in Daniel chapter 12 and verse 1, it says, at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince which standeth for the children of thy people, and there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was, since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time the people shall be delivered, every one that shall be found written in the book. You see, that's when the great tribulation starts. And you go down to verse 7, it'll tell you how long it will last. It says, Daniel 12 and verse 7. And I heard the man clothed in linen, that's the Lord Jesus Christ, which was upon the water. So Jesus Christ was upon the water. The two other angels was on both sides of the river. But Jesus Christ, he was upon the waters, the river of waters, you see, upon the waters of the river, which he held up his right hand and his left hand unto heaven, and swear by him that liveth forever, that it shall be a time. See, a time is 1 year. Times, that's 2 years. So it's make 3 years. And a half, see, so it make 3.5 years. And when he shall have accomplished to scatter the power of the holy people, all these things shall be finished. See, it'll be 3.5 years. And it tells you here in the Great Tribulation, you read about it in Revelation 2. Then you can go to, let me see, like in Job chapter 2. See, Job chapter 2. That's when the Great Tribulation starts. In verse 2, Job chapter 2 and verse 2, it said, a day of darkness and of gloominess, a day of clouds and of thick darkness, as the morning spread upon the mountains. A great people and a strong that had not been ever the like, neither shall be any more after it. See, even to the years of many generations. See, that's when the Great Tribulation starts, and you can read all about it, you know, and tell you about your appearance like as horses, and that's mean that's plain. Because a lot of people do not understand that. You know, they think it's a natural horses what they're talking about. In the Old Testament, we fight war by planes, helicopter and stuff now. Missiles, you know. That's what you have to understand. All right. Like in Revelation chapter 9 too. It's talking about chapter 9. It's talking about the Great Tribulation too. It says the same thing what you read about in Job chapter 2. You know, all that is talking about the same thing. You know. All right, like I say, in the fifth angel, Revelation chapter 9, it says, the fifth angel sounded, and I saw a star fall from heaven unto the earth. See, that was Satan, you know. That's why the Bible tell you that, you know, Satan come down unto you having great wrath. You know, that's in Revelation chapter 12. In verse 12, it's the same thing as what started the Great Tribulation. And right here, all this chapter here, chapter 9, is the same as Job in chapter 2. You know, it just explain it a little different. You know, each one explain it a little different. You know, where it's talking about the same thing. That's what a lot of people do not understand. You know, you gotta ask God for wisdom. You know, He will give you wisdom if you ask for it, if you want it. You know, just like Daniel. Daniel wanted to know the truth. You know, so God showed him the truth. You know, because he had a desire to know the truth. See, some people don't want to know the truth. You know, they don't have a desire because they love not the truth. You know, that's why the Bible said it. You know, they love not the truth, but then all might be damned. All right, Revelation 12 and 12. I think it's in 12. Yeah. It said, therefore rejoice ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitant of the earth, you see, and of the sea. For the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he had but a short time. See, that's what started the Great Tribulation. See, the Bible talked about things in different ways, but it's talking about the same event that will be happening when the Great Tribulation starts. I mean, the devil had come down unto you. You know, he was kicked out of heaven. You know, there had no place found for him no more in heaven. The devil and the angels fought, you know, Michael and his angels. So he was kicked out. He prevailed not. He was kicked out. So he was kicked down here on earth. And then start the Great Tribulation. And the devil knew he had but a short period of time. In Revelation 13, verse 11, it says about the second beast is a false prophet. And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth. And he had two horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon. See, you want to act like he's Christ, but he spake as a dragon, as Satan. You know, and saying he exercised all the power of the first beast before him, and caused the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast, whose deadly wound was healed. See, one of them beast heads gonna be wounded. You know, one like the lion, one out of the leopard. One of the head gonna be wounded unto death, but his deadly wound gonna be healed. That's never happened yet. See, a lot of people think it was about Germany when the Berlin Wall came down, talking about the head that was wounded. That's not what it's talking about. No. See, it's not time yet. We're not in the third beast yet. See, we're still in the first and the second beast. You know, when the United States horn will be broken, Donald Trump fight Iran, then he'll get into the, after he fight Iran, his horn will be broken, then he will get into the third beast. You know, and one of these heads gonna get wounded to death. And that the wound will be healed. And a false prophet said, because tell the people that they should make an image to that beast. Whoever will not bow down to that image, what they will make, and should be killed, like Nebuchadnezzar did. You know, and he said that no man might buy or sell. That's if he that had the mark or the number on the name of the beast. You know, it could be the number. It could be like a telephone number, because we buy and sell with telephone number, and a mark and a computer chip. You know, the name of the beast. You know, whatever it's called, that beast name. All right, but I'm showing you different places where the Great Tribulation starts. You know, like I said, it will kill the two witnesses. You know, first, then the Great Tribulation will start. You know, there's a lot of people that can't see that. You know, like Zechariah chapter 14. Zechariah chapter 14, verse 2. Say, when you're going to gather all nations against Jerusalem, that's when the Great Tribulation starts. It said, for I will gather all nations against Jerusalem to battle, and the city shall be taken, and the houses raffled, and the women ravished. The women going to be raped, and half of the city shall go forward into captivity. Because the Palestinians are going to have one side of Jerusalem, and the Jews going to have the other side. You know, because that's where they want to make the capital, one side for the Jews and one side for the, that's what they're talking about now, one side for the Palestinians. So the Palestinians going to have, like I say, have one side, and they want to take all of it. The Jewish people go into captivity, into all the nation. You know, so a lot of them going to be killed. You know, what the Bible talk about in Luke chapter 21. You know, I'm going to read it. Luke chapter 21. I think it's in verse 24. Let me see. Yeah. chapter 21 and verse 24. And they shall fall by the edge of the sword, and shall be led away captive into all nations. And Jerusalem shall be trodden down of the Gentiles, until the time of the Gentile be fulfilled. See, that's what I wanted to, bring to y'all, to try to show it. Just go through a little bit of it, so y'all can read all that for yourself, and get an understanding. I'm just showing you it's not time yet for the two witnesses. So just read, what I showed y'all, those chapters and stuff like that. And you can see when the Great Tribulation starts, when they're going to kill the two witnesses, then the Great Tribulation starts. Because they won't be able to do the two witnesses nothing. Because God going to be with the two witnesses. He will have power. Nobody won't be able to hurt them or anything. Until they finish their testimony, then the beast system will kill them. Otherwise, the beast system will be tormented. Just like Pharaoh couldn't do Moses nothing, because God was with Moses. So we fulfill His will. Everything got to be according to God's word. All right. Thank y'all, and may God bless y'all and give y'all wisdom and knowledge and understanding of His word.